Welcome.
Welcome
to the wide world of cyclocross.
It just started. We weren't really expecting it, so we were shocked and appalled. But welcome to episode 2, season 1. Unlike Game of Thrones, we haven't been killed off, so we're still here.
But there is more people watching the next Game of Thrones. Hi, guy. We a little bit of a hiatus. We were hoping to get a few more out by now.
But yeah, so what have I been up to?
What have you been doing?
Well, I ended up on the 6th of April getting to what turned out to be a perforated appendix, but I kind of persevered with the pain for about 10 days and then ended up going to RPH for 7 days. Saying I'm getting it ripped out on the 27th of May, so pretty much my whole season's written off, which is a bit of a shame. So I've been watching a lot of CX racing and got to watch a lot of the Spring Classics while I was parked up in hospital, parked up at home. So that was pretty cool. And what have you been up to?
I've been getting ready for getting on with the season, I suppose. Across, had a couple of races now in the cross season, and just training, just getting ready. And
Half your luck.
Heading off to Taiwan in a couple of weeks to go riding for a week or so, doing a tour and stuff. So
You're doing that massive hill they've got over there?
No, God, I wish I was, but no, just a pretty cruisy tour, 60 to 80 k's a day, and just checking out Taiwan. The land of the bicycle.
Yes. Oh, all the carbon frames,
Yeah, pretty much any bike, Taiwan.
Yeah, any frame, Taiwan. And they used to make, that was Hong Kong, they used to make the Star Wars figures.
Okay.
Yeah. So
anyway.
So we're looking at the time, so we're going to try and wrap this up, hopefully, in a fresh buzz. Hopefully we'll wrap it up in about 20 minutes. So we've done what I've been up to and talking about what I got up to, which is watching a lot of cycling in the Spring Classics. We'd go on Crosswatch. So the first one, I think probably almost the ride of the season, was by Wout van Aert in Paris-Roubaix.
More than ride of the season.
Yeah, especially for him, I thought it was best. He placed like 50th or something. But he
unluckiest ride of the season too.
Very unlucky. He flatted out in the Arenberg Forest. He tried to change wheels with one of his riders. His chain got stuck behind, in between the frame and the little ring. Then he swapped over to his mate's bike, or his teammate's bike. His bike was too small. Then he chased for about 60 minutes trying to get through all the cars, and then changed bikes again.
Nearly had an accident in the cars too.
Yeah, trying to get through that rubbish. And then filtering through the cars. And then he was basically about a minute behind after he changed his bike when he caught up to his team car. He had 2 riders up front, but they didn't drop back because it was just too chaotic.
Yep.
Then he got on his new bike. His first corner, chopped the front wheel out, bang.
Yeah.
Now our theory,
we both spoke about this.
Yes,
we had come up with the same idea.
Is that he's got all the dust on the front, on the wheels, because they've been in the convoy. Not sharking, but in the convoy. And then he came into the corner, still had too much dust on, and
dust, mud. Right.
And there's a lot of dust and shit on the pave as well out of the corner.
I think it was a bitumen corner. It was a solid.
Yeah, but I think he's come off a pave. Anyway, if we had editing team and a whole bunch of other people in the background, we would insert the clip there showing our
we don't
theory.
have those technical skills.
No, we don't actually have the technical team, and we don't have the technical skills.
But if you do, contact us.
But he basically eventually caught up.
Yep.
Shelled everything, forgot to eat, and at the 55k mark, when everyone's going off the front, and because they're not cross riders, we don't really mention them, because this is Crosswatch, he basically died.
Bombed.
So learn from Wout. If you change your bike and it's dusty, give your wheels a bit of a polish, a bit of a clean, and then eat. Don't forget to eat.
Yeah.
And then you might not have the longest 30 kilometres in your life. So that's what Wout's been up to. And then we're doing the sandwich method of delivery Crosswatch. We had a bit of a funny incident with Denise Betzmer on the 6th of April. The UCI tested her from back in January on Hoogerhide. Anomalies, steroids were found. Look, we really hope that there's nothing untoward there and she is allowed to have the bees sample. So we're not going to jump on her, but it's not good. Kids, if you're out there, just don't do it. Don't do it. Performance enhancing.
Yes.
Yes.
We hope that
and don't do drugs.
she has had an amazing season, and we just hope that it is just from good training
She won.
schedule.
She won.
Doctor schedule.
Koppenberg, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an awesome ride. She made the season really good. Like the women's season was outstanding for cyclocross.
As it always is.
Yeah, so it was just you could throw a blanket over the last couple of laps. So that's Denise Betzmer, and then we'll get to
MVP, Van Pelt. We're going to just
Before-
chuck that in quickly.
Amstel Gold. Now, Amstel Gold, a little bit of background for people watching at home or following at home. It's 265.7 kilometres. We can get in the car here and we can drive down to Augusta. And at the same time, they do 35 climbs and they end up doing about 4,000 metres of climbing. Now, a Perth equivalent is going up from the bottom of Welshpool Road up to Les Murdy 22 times in the distance going to Augusta. And they knocked it out in 6 minutes 12 or something.
6 hours?
Yeah, 6 hours. 6 minutes
6
12.
minutes would be good.
That's one of those Blackbird planes.
Yep.
So where were you when Vanderbilt crossed the line, and what were you doing?
Pretty much close to the edge of the couch, shouting at the TV. Yeah, oh young man, like it's amazing. I think it'll be certainly, he dragged 5-6 people. I think.
I just loved how he got to the 10. I was in hospital with a drip in my arm, watching it, just going, oh my God. And it's pitch black. It's about 10:30. They just come around, wake me up to put the IV in. So big shout out to the ASU unit at Royal Perth. I think it's level 5. ASU being an acute surgical unit, I believe. They were awesome. Thanks for waking me up to watch that. I think they had to. But I loved it at about the 10K to go mark. He was about a minute behind. And then
he was written off. That was like, no.
Narrow road, slight tailwind. And then he looks around and goes, I need my lead out train. It's going to be me. Yeah. And basically just zoomed past everyone. And then Simon Clark jumped on his wheel. And we're talking about, everyone forgets silver. This guy won silver. He went, he's the strongest guy. I'm sticking to his will. Yeah. And I'm crossing the line. And he looked like, winning silver. So that was really cool. Yeah. And then that last 800 metres, very much like the Australian national champs with a full saying and Anna Philippe just ginning around. And their MVP, toot, toot, toot. Pain Train just went straight past. Yeah. And then I think it's one of my cycling highlights that I will remember until I fall off the twig.
I think it'll definitely be one of those races that will always be, in future years, will be brought up as being one of the most amazing rides.
It's almost like the Bradbury.
I thought the Bradbury just a couple of
seconds ago. But everyone didn't really fall over.
It's not really like a Bradbury, but
Australian goal is pretty good. But MVP for picking MV Van der Poel picking up the Amstel Gold.
Yeah, amazing.
I think it was awesome, and also dying the lady of cyclocross, Marianne Vos. She just picked up a stage race in the Tour de York. Stage win in the Tour de York. Surprisingly, or interestingly enough, for the kids following at home again, is that this is equal payout. So both men and women get the same amount of money, which is what we do in cyclocross. Both winners get nothing. Biscuits and a choice of speculoos, maybe some chocolate milk, and then that's where and it's also going to be where the world champs are going to be. So they rode a bit of the course. And then she won also on a stage race the Tour Alfredo Binda, and then Amanda, not cross related, but Amanda Spratt picked up silver. So winning silver again, which is what we like to see.
Yep.
So that's Crosswatch for the day. Oh, we're prattling on a bit. We're going to paint the picture.
Yeah. Let's set up.
Especially when you got Van der Poel.
So,
the WACX season. So we've had CXO Day, which was on the 7th. So if you are following at home, on the 6th of April, I started to get unwell. And then I'd sent a message to Ash about 6:37 and said, mate, I can't do it, I'm vomiting. And and I thought it was food poisoning. Anyway, it's a whole long story which everyone's talked about a lot. So Ash looked after it. I believe it was a good day.
Yeah, amazing day. Had good numbers. We had the freshies, which I renamed the frothers. Was a lot of. I think we had 30 odd.
I thought to myself, must remember it for next year.
Frothers. 30 odd new riders that had never raced cross on cross bikes, mountain bikes, and some bikes were pretty undescriptive, but it was amazing.
2 wheels and a chain.
Yeah, 2 wheels and a chain. And yeah, we had some great people, great riders, some who've now come down and raced a couple of the races, which they just got the bone, got the
beware of the cyclocross promoter that lends you a bike.
Which
just take it for a spin, it won't hurt.
I think we had 30 odd new riders. It was awesome to see, really good.
And then we had round 1 of the Liquor Barons Numbeck Cup at Garvey Park.
Yep, awesome course.
Yes, it was a brutal course. It was. I'd already practiced it, but I couldn't race, unfortunately. But it was a double run, about 150 metres each sand run. And the course builders made it flow really nicely. It wasn't pinchy at all. The course builders have really upped the game.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was like at Perry Lakes, but Garvey Park was really good.
Perry Lakes was good as well.
And then the next race, which is the Speed Shop Supercross, may the 4th be with you, although it's back to front. That was another outstanding course. I did have a sneaky ride on Friday night, but I didn't race Saturday, but it looked really good. It looked brutally hard, but fast.
Yeah, it was fast. It was really fast. And the grass there just never gives out. Like, you just keep cutting into corners and it's still there. You know, like there's not another place. There's not another place that we've raced that the grass holds out. And, clean up on Sunday, the course, the grass still looked exactly the same. You could barely see where we'd been, and we'd had...
And we picked up a bit of rain that morning.
Yeah, which you expected the moisture to come up, but it just didn't. So
we did the start a little bit different area. We had 6 lights, and that kind of did it.
Bred pretty well.
Yeah, so it was...
7 or 8, but
We'll probably take it up the next level for next year, hopefully, depending on what happens. So, and then...
Up to the cross gods.
Yes. Oh dear Lord. And then our next race coming up is one of my favourite courses, definitely the most picturesque course.
It's kind of like my home course, it's just down the road.
Yeah, Fish Market Reserve in Guildford. That's 19th of May, this Sunday. Entries are on the WACX Facebook page.
They are closing.
Tomorrow, I did say 10 a.m, but because work's a bit crazy at the moment, thanks to IAS Group for helping us out, employing me, keeping me employed, and also looking after me while I was quite ill. They've been brilliant. So the entries close at 2 o'clock. It would be pitch report, Keyslos.
Yeah, not yet.
No pitch short.
I'll be down there tomorrow.
We get a bit of rain tonight.
Yes. Yeah. So when do entries close? Sorry, what?
2 o'clock tomorrow.
But do it tonight. Don't wait till the last moment. Crikey, you're making Stu's job even harder. And
I love it.
Get it done.
I love how people message me straight away like 2:05. I forgot. I couldn't enter. I forgot my password. Anyway. And entries are also available on the day. The reason why we like to get your entries in beforehand, it just makes our numbering a lot easier, and we get to do the call ups because if you don't do it beforehand, you're at the back.
Yeah.
And then Taylor, if you can send us the series points so I can do call ups, that'd be great.
Awesome.
And then kids start at 11, and depending how the course is, we're hoping that we can get the under 13s to do the whole course.
Yep.
And we'll split the under 9s off at the halfway point, like we've done before, if we can get the course to do. And it's if you have been a kid and you've entered and you paid for a Numbeck Cup plate, Liquor Barons Numbeck Cup plate, it is free. You just turn up.
Yep.
Turn up at 11. If you haven't entered, it's $10 for the whole season. So we've got another 7 or 8 races. So please bring your kids along. And also at Supercross, the kids race was outstanding. And also thanks to everyone that dressed up.
Yeah.
The pageant, cyclocross Supercross pageant was pretty cool.
So don't forget your numbers for other riders as well.
On your shoulders, on your back.
Plan to get down to fish markets possibly tomorrow morning. A little bit of a roll around. They've changed an area that was previously bordered or lined by logs. So they've,
one in, one out.
Yep, they've used some metal bollards, so we should be able to change up the course a bit more. So that'll be exciting.
Yeah, and it's clockwise this year as well.
Okay.
Yeah, last year was anti-clockwise. So
I know when I go and check out a course.
that was when I did the hole shot 2 years ago.
That one, yeah.
That my one and only hole shot. That was really good. And then the race after that is the 9th of June. We're up at Edgewater Quarry up in taking cut lunch and water bag and heading up to Joondalup. So Jesus, I try and do the cross season 5 kilometres, 15 kilometres from my house in Maylands.
That would be good. So it's been some good results from this season so far already.
We can continue on with other races, maybe.
Keep going with other races then.
So we got, what do we got? We got, you're on the other page.
No, it's all right. I've caught up now. This weekend, Cairns Cycling Club, they've got their round 4 already.
No, that's ACT.
Round 4 at Maroubou.
Oh, that's one. This Saturday, yes.
I've pronounced that completely wrong, but that's all right. So that's this weekend.
So Far North Queensland's got a cyclocross.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, you have to watch out for crocodiles as well.
They don't do water runs. There's no water runs.
Isn't there a cyclone coming this week?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Can. So it might be, there is a UCI rule depending on temperature and wind. But I think it's like generally to do with frostbite. So I don't know what they're like when the tropical storms come through. I don't think they have a cyclone policy in cyclocross.
And then this Sunday as well, New South Wales CX round 1.
Yeah, I think it's in Canberra. I think.
Okay.
But it's
Kurungang Island. I got Kurungang Island. And then Victoria's got
round 4 already.
For which one? For who?
Creswick in Victoria.
Okay.
Wherever that is. And then
Sunday the 26th of May is the
southeast Queensland. So the lower, probably more temperate rather than tropical.
In Nundar Crit Track. That's pretty cool. It's a race at a crit track.
Yeah, we don't have any crit tracks in
WA.
We don't actually have any velodromes apart from the expensive one.
Yeah, the expensive one.
And then
which was a crit track anyway.
Yes, but they never open it because it costs too much money. Well done, whatever you guys are called, WA Facilities Management, just rip-off world.
And then the first rounds of the first and second rounds of the National Cyclocross Series
in Radelaide or Adelaide.
Adelaide Parklands.
Yes, it's a favourite of mine. I like travelling to Adelaide. Won't be doing it this year. Spending all my money on doctor's bills and good drugs.
Yep. Big shouts to David Miller and Gemma Kernich.
Yeah, Gemma Kernich came over. We might mention her and dispatch her a bit later on. But they always put on a good show over there. The best thing about being West Australian is you can fly there. You land and you can stay right in the city and you can ride out there on, I think it's Don Bradman Drive or something. Anyway, but I've had 2 or 3, I think I've been there for 3 races. I saw Emma Lendrum win the national jersey.
The Lendrums. That sounds familiar, but it's in the past. Who are those Lendrums, hey?
So I saw Emma do it, and it was probably the most atrocious conditions I've ever seen race. It was horizontal for the chicks. It was awesomely good.
We do miss the Lendrums.
Yes, we do. We do see Tony. He's looking. I bumped into Tony.
I see him riding. He's a slim fella.
I know. He's the shadow of his former self.
I think he's cross ready.
Yes. He just needs a bike.
Yeah. Well, he's got a couple sitting at home that aren't getting used at the moment.
Yeah, and the other date we've got to plug is Supercross 20. It's going to be on the 2nd of May in 2020. Good. So we can refer to Supercross 20 2020 is hindsight. In 2021.
Yes.
Where were you in Supercross hindsight?
Just to let you know, Stu will be using the 2020 hindsight joke many times for the next couple of years.
The next 3 or 4 years at least, back in hindsight. So, talking of things Supercross, we'll jump back to the Liquid Barons Numbeck Cup Outstanding Ride Award, which is not really an award at all. It's just
nothing to award them.
Nothing. We don't even have a half
ass trophy.
No, we don't actually. We got a. We can do the
Stolen Bankwest.
The Stolen Bankwest pen, but they don't sponsor us, so we won't actually plug in. I was there watching it. I had 3 goals this cross season.
Those goals were.
My goals were to watch more of the women's elite, watch more of the men's elite, and to get under 75 kilos. Inadvertently, I've done all 3 without even trying. So I'm a very, very goal-orientated person. So have your goals, kids. But I was watching Numbeck Cup 1, tough course, and I was really impressed with Luke John's ride. I was not expecting him. He was last year at a 5, 6, 7, 10, between 5 and 10 kind of run, duking out with you, and he stormed in the field and just took 3rd. So
I think after O-Day, I think I said, watch out for Luke Johns. He will be cranking. And you were like,
he was fine. I missed out. Yeah, I was vomiting.
Yeah.
I was being
he
very
also
ill.
picked up a 3rd at the R&D Speed Shop Supercross as well.
He did indeed.
That's another great ride. So.
It was more of a... It was a solid field. Right?
Yeah.
And then he picked up 3rd when Tom Ford wasn't there on the Liquid Barons Numbeck Cup.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. Also, Supercross 19, May the 4th be with you. On Friday night, Amanda Nabby she did an outstanding ride. She still hasn't yet done a cyclocross race, but she managed to fall off and cut her shin and get, what was it? Got 6 or 7 stitches. So apparently he got 2nd at Numbeck Cup 1. But
Yes, he did. See, it's written here.
and there's that Numbeck Cup 1. So
Yeah,
that was
like,
even more outstanding ride.
And that guy, what's that?
There's some...
some other guy got 1st, and Ron Brown got 3rd.
Yeah. And then
Thanks, guys.
Saturday, we sit corrected. It says it's right for trying to do this off the cuff. We fact check. It's good to see people fact checking us.
Yes.
Unlike politicians that we have out there that can just dribble on and no one fact checks them. Anyway, I was really impressed watching the women's race, which I got to watch the whole. Normally you're getting towards the end of starting to get ready for the men's elite.
Yep.
Kate Bonner, first Supercross appearance, picked up 1st in women's B, so the People's Princess, Kate Bonner, in a 2nd CX race. And then she went down to Collie the next morning.
Yep.
And
Tom
Lowry Memorial something trophy.
Mike Lowry, Tom Lowry.
I think it's Tom. Anyway, she got 1st in women's A. Not quite like cross where we got women's elite, but women's A. Young Tristan Nash, I thought, did a superlative job on his first elite race.
16.
He's about 6. He's in the under 16s. He's definitely racing under 17s if we had it. And he got 10th in a solid ride.
In a 60-minute ride, it's pretty amazing.
And he did it. It was only Tom and Guy that finished on lead lap.
Yep.
So they were flying. And then a newbie, a CX newbie we had at Supercross, John Gregg.
John Gregg.
He probably, in hindsight, probably could have started and sprinted for the first 30 minutes. But he did work his way through the field and picked up 4th.
Yep.
And then raced the next day at the PMBC XCO race. I don't know which number it was, but it was at Farrell Grove. He picked up 4th.
It's around 4 or something. And Ron Brown 5th.
5th at Supercross and
1st for the elite men's in the XC as well.
Yeah, so it was that was good to see.
Yep.
And then Gemma Kernich, we mentioned earlier, I think she's still the the Port Adelaide Cycling Club president. She came over and picked up 4th in the women's elite, 220 down on Tennille Attard, who a year ago I begged and said, please race cross. If you don't like this race, I'll refund your money. She raced in C and won that. A year later, not quite to the day, she picked up one Women's Elite, which also brings us to Simone McCallum.
Yes, stonking ride.
From nowhere, she rode. I was so impressed.
She sat on Tennille's wheel for most of the race.
No, Tennille sat on her wheel.
Yeah.
Like the Serengeti Plains with a jackal on the Impala. Anyway, I actually was so impressed. It was so good to see her out there racing cross. Hopefully we can get her back for a couple more just to keep Tennille and also Ange Coleman on their toes. That'd be really cool at the top.
Simone will be definitely in there a bit more.
And then the fact checker guy himself, the fact checking guy, he improved one up from last year. He got finished second with Tom Ford winning last year, and then this year he turned the tables, so to speak.
Yeah, another great battle for first and second there.
And then
Tom just dropped off in the last lap or so, or just half a lap, I think.
No. There was look. They were finishing quite close to the minute, and there was a bit of a controversial start, and timing was a little bit off. But
I thought the start was great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the start.
Yes, it was on the whistle. And then Guy got up there and whipped his shoe off that he just raced in and poured in a CXPA.
Yes, from Nowhere Man. Thanks to the boys. Drinking really well. There's still a couple of cartons. People still have to pay for some of their cartons and then pick them up, as well as you can head down to Nowhere Man Brewery, grab some more.
Yeah, it's on tap as well. Someone said. I think Guy was. We're mentioning Guy. I think he should be at the back having a slurp. We will when
it is on tap there.
We say whenever we mention Guy's name, maybe it's like a sculling game, and he has to drink a Nowhere Man. Sub it.
Yeah. another shoey. So he nailed a shoey on the podium. Very nice to see. And it was awesome racing at the Speed Shop Supercross, as always under lights.
The fourth year in a row that we've done it under lights, and also big hello to our man in not Amsterdam, over in Wellington, Greg Murison, our partner in crime all those years ago. I hope you're enjoying Wellington.
Happy birthday for a couple of weeks ago too.
Yes, I think because we did the second year, we did have it on his birthday, and then he flew over to.
Maybe he could come next year for a bigger one.
Maybe we could do something. Do fundraising. Get him over. Him and get them all over.
Yeah. So,
and what are you going to be up to the next week or so? We'll try and do this in about 2 weeks. Oh, hang on, I get my bloody appendix ripped out on the 24th. We might do an outside broadcast from the hospital.
Outside appendix, outside broadcast. Obviously
got a Giro
fish markets, a bit Giro's on at the moment.
Yeah, late nights.
Watching
the
replays.
People's Tour, as they say.
I also think it's just a two-part race. The you've got the start of it is for the sprinters, the first week and a half, and then the second half is just for climbers. And there's one of the days has something like it's like 220 k's with 5 kilometres of climbing. Stage 16. I think that's going to be the decider. That's when it's all going to change.
The Queen stage is
it's massive. Definitely. Yes, trying to just watch as much Giro as can and train as much, and fish markets tomorrow morning for a bit of a spin, have a look around, and maybe map out a little bit of a course.
So if you're on Strava, you might be able to have a bit of a sneaky peeky. But yes, half an hour's up. So, and we've got 21 viewers.
Hey.
My goodness. So this will be on the Wywater Cross page when I get around to putting up, probably tomorrow night. Yep. So it's good night from me.
And me.
And we happy cross riding, and we'll see most of you
on Sunday.
Poles being banged in about 8 a.m. start.
Of course, I've been working on the kids' barriers. They've been redone a little bit as well. Bit of jigging, bit of soaring.
Cool. We'll go on for another 5 minutes. But thanks for watching. See you Sunday.
Thank you. Bye.